As most of you know, because you've been around the IWBC for a while, and if nothing else, you've been on these conferences, we are building a what we're calling pylons or memorials. There will be 9 of them for 9 innings of baseball, and each one has represents either a person or a organization or a group of people that have been instrumental in the history of women in baseball. These will be on display outside at our facility in Rockford, just adjacent to Bayer Field. And so each year we dedicate one of these pylons. These pylons, and as we call them, memorials, are all designed by Rena Soklow, who I believe is still on. Rena, as always, thank you for your patience with us and the fantastic work you do. Before we unveil this year's, Leslie has just a short little PowerPoint to show you the previous 3.
And thank you, Rena. There she is.
Yep.
It's my pleasure. It's really a pleasure working with this whole group. I'm totally honored. So thank you.
Thank you.
Right, let me share my screen.
Oh, and I just want to say my birthday is June 23rd, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Hang on, it's doing. You all can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
So now we can't see the images.
Oh, it's okay. Hang on. Nope, that's not doing it.
That worked. That's better.
Well, that was just that. Hang on. I don't know why it went so big. Let me try that again. Technology sometimes is our friend, and sometimes
Maybe.
All right, let me try this again. The whole point is for you to see it. Maybe I'll keep it.
Actually, it might be better to just show it that way, Leslie.
I'm just going to show. Can you see it now?
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
I'll just do it this way instead of flipping it over. So this was the first of our pylons, done shortly after Penny Marshall passed, and we had a celebration in Rockford, and this set and followed our theme, and then this was our second pylon, celebrating the role of Black women in baseball, starting from, as we've heard earlier today, the Dolly Vardens in the 1880s, right up to the present day. And so that was our second. And then last year, we focused on the international game, giving a sense of the number of countries and places where baseball is being played around the world, with highlighting some of the specific players and things. And so these will all eventually be our outdoor pylons.
And this year, you'll get to see it here in a second.
You ready for
this year? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to say anything about it before I show it, or?
Yeah, let me just say that this year we are focused on a group of women that have always been part of baseball and always been necessary, have always fought tooth and nail to take their place on the field. And they have been met with resistance from day one, from as early as the 19th century, when Amanda Clement was determined to be an umpire, and from then until now, we're still fighting to get those professional umpires. But women have been umpiring for a lot of years. They've always been there. And this year, our pylon is dedicated to umpires.
Okay, so here it is. Are you able to see my screen?
Yep.
All right.
Can't really see the bottom of it though.
Well, I have to scroll down. So
Oh,
I will-
okay.
yeah, I'll scroll down, is it? So this is the front, and of course, some may recognize the image here, but this is also the anniversary of Bernice Guerra's one game and her opportunities, and so focusing on various, and you can see the pictures on the bottom of Amanda Clement, of course, Perry Barber, who's here with us today, looking at others at various levels. And one of the rules, any reference in these official baseball rules to he, him, or his shall be deemed to be a reference to she, her, or hers. And then the back of the side of the panel, again, focusing on Bernice Shiner Guerra's efforts starting in the 60s, late 60s, to try to, and the things she was told, as we were just hearing, she was too short, she was too old, she was too thin. And so she went to court and she sued and won that case on June 24th, 1972 in Geneva, New York, and went on to umpire for a day. And then because of the situation she faced, she did not umpire again in the professional setting. And there she is. So that's what this pylon is going to look like.
These will be on heavy glass. They'll be outside, and they'll be lit from the inside. And so the idea is that they will be dispersed through a green space. Each of these 9, as I say, will do some group of people or person. When we sat down to try to start making the list a few years ago, we would have had, I don't even know how many, to get through all of them. So we won't be able to represent every single person group, but I think we've got a good group ahead of us. So you'll have to wait till year to see who's next. So, and Rena, thank you again. I can't wait till they're out there. So thank you.
Me neither. And my screen was.
And so Leslie, we're a little early for you guys, but if you want to go.
I was just going to say one more thing, just so that everybody knows. We will be sending out our commemorative program booklet to everybody in a bit after the conference. It's a little behind, as everything is with paper shortages, all kinds of things going on, but you will be, and so the images will be, again, the back cover of the program book. So everybody will get a closer look at all of it with the list of what our intended down the road next pylons will be. So that's when everybody will get a really good look at both this year's, the previous, and what's coming. And so that's what's coming down the road. And so
yes, my screen was also blurry, Rena, so not to worry.
they'll hard to get that out there,
Yeah.
but you'll see it all. You'll see it up close, nice and beautiful when you see the back cover of the program. And so
Right.
that will be, and then they're going to look marvelous when we get to see them in their full outdoor set up. Just a couple things before we go to the last part of our evening tonight, just so that in case we have anybody coming to join us for that. Couple things I just wanted to again say thank you to everybody who's participated today. I wanted to give a shout out real quick to, we did it yesterday, haven't done it yet today, to the committee that has worked so hard on this conference. It is a wonderful group to work with. And so I just want to give a shout out to Kat Williams, Kathy Headley, Catherine Forsland, Mary Weeks Baxter, Marlene Vogelsang, and Jessica Smith. They are the group and responsible for putting all of this together. And so I wanted to say thank you to everyone, all of you, for all the work that will continue almost as soon as we get done with this conference. So thanks, everybody.
The fun never ends.
And then I also wanted to give a big shout out to the SABR staff, who have been so wonderful once again in helping. So to Scott Bush, to Scott Carter, to Jessica, and to Jacob for helping with all the registrations, all of the technical kinds of things that go on here. And so couldn't do this without, and it's a wonderful partnership between SABR and the IWBC. So wanted to also acknowledge and say thank you for all the help. I saw a question from Jude. She asked, how far ahead do you choose the subject of the next pylon? We have the list of the 9 intended. So we chose those right at the very start when we developed this idea. And so we're just kind of going down. We didn't necessarily have them and haven't followed the exact order, but we know what the 9 are. So for example, coming up, we still know we're going to be doing something with media, with Little League, with owners, that kind of thing. So we've got a number of we've got 5 more to do, right? Yeah, 5 more to do.
Yeah.
I can't do my math.
You have to come to next year's conference to find out.
There you go.
Oh, I'll be here. There's no question.
Excellent. Excellent.
And speaking of that, just a heads up to everybody, we will also be sending out to all of you the end of the conference a survey that we hope you will fill out to help us as we plan for next year's conference and moving ahead future years. And so your responses to those will be very helpful as we start to plan. And then Marlene did just put in, if you're not already a member, join us. You can join both organizations. We do lots and lots of, and thanks Kate, as always, putting the links in the chat for us. So opportunities to get involved with both organizations as we have a Women in Baseball committee on the SABR side and obviously what the IWBC does. And so did I miss any thank yous, Kat, that we needed to do? I think I got everybody.
I know you thank the SABR staff, but I personally want to thank Scott Bush. When we first went to Scott, when you first went to Scott with this idea, and then since then in conversations, he has never wavered in his support of us, and I personally want to thank you, Scott.
Agreed. And I don't know if there's anything, Scott, that you wanted to say at this moment before we jump into our very last part of the evening, but I don't want to not give you that opportunity. Okay, cool deal. So we are moving into the last event and last part of our evening for tonight. And so the last part of our evening is we have the opportunity to present the Dorothy Seymour Mills Lifetime Achievement Award. This award was created in 2017 by the SABR Women in Baseball Committee to honor Dorothy Seymour Mills, researcher extraordinaire. Dorothy, as just out of curiosity, by show of hands, you can use a little raise your hand feature. How many people had the opportunity to ever get to know Dorothy in this group? We still got a lot. Okay. Yeah, so Dorothy, unfortunately, of course, is no longer with us, but her inspiration goes on. She was involved with her husband, Harold, in writing a incredibly important 3-volume series on baseball. She wrote a number of fictional works, a somewhat autobiographical piece about her own work called A Woman's Work. But if you've never read that and you're looking for something else to read, that's a great one to put on your list. A mentor and inspiration to many, many people who are on this call. And so we created this award in her honor, and we entitled it a Lifetime Achievement Award to recognize the long contributions that she made. And so this was first awarded, and we have had 4 winners. And one of those, our very first winner, is here with us tonight, and that was Perry Barber. So congratulations to Perry, recognizing all of her great accomplishments in a 40+ year of umpiring. And so Perry was our first winner. And then our second was Rachel Robinson. And we've heard Rachel's name being brought up in many different aspects of today's talks. The third winner was the Newark Eagles owner, Effa Manley, only woman currently elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, but we hope that that will change. And then last year, of course, was Claire Smith, who participated this morning on our journalism panel. And so this year, we have 5 finalists for the award, and the 5 finalists, if you are not aware, were Penny Marshall, obviously the director of A League of Their Own, Justine Siegal, who we just heard from, founder of Baseball for All, and many, many, many other things. Janet Rees-Smith, architect, involved with lots of iconic ballparks, but we most associate her with Baltimore and LA. Tony Stone, who played in the Negro Leagues in the 1950s, had a long baseball career before and after. And Susan Waldman, also mentioned this morning in the journalism panel, pioneer in sports broadcasting, primarily for the New York Yankees. And so these were our 5 finalists. And so want to give a shout out to all 5 of these incredible women and the others who were nominated for this year's award. And that brings me to the wonderful chance that I have to announce this year's winner of the 2022 Dorothy. And that winner is very nicely here with us tonight. And our winner of the 2022 Dorothy Seymour Mills Lifetime Achievement Award is Justine Siegal. And so there she is. Hello, Justine. We wanted it to be a surprise, and we knew you were coming to join us. So I just want to say, when we think about Dorothy and this award, we heard a little bit about Justine, but I'm going to say a little bit more, and then and you can see all the congratulations coming in. But you know, Justine said it was the comment made to her that she couldn't play that inspired her, and in some ways, we want to thank that person for doing that, because you wouldn't have, I mean, as you told us tonight, you wouldn't have done the things that you've done. So everything from founding Baseball for All, going on to get a PhD from Springfield College in sports psychology, coaching for the Broxton Rocks, pitching and batting practice, spring training, starting with the Cleveland Indians for a number of other teams, coaching for the Oakland A's, working with Team Israel as a mental performance coach, guest coaching in Japan and Mexico, being the baseball coordinator for A League of Their Own, and then all of the various awards and opportunities. But all of it just says to all of us, you are amazing. And when we think about a lifetime of achievement, you have put already a lifetime of achievement, and we know you're not done. And so it is our great pleasure. And we do have an actual award that we will be sending to you. And it is, I've got a picture of it real quick. If you want to see what it looks like, I can show you so everybody can see what it looks like. This is, come on. I don't know why it's being funky. Maybe I'm not going to show it to you. Well, there it is. It is a crystal baseball on a base, and it will be engraved with your name and the year and the award. So we will be sending that to you. So congratulations, Justine. And I wanted to give you, if you don't have to, but if you wanted to say anything, we would certainly give you that opportunity.
Thank you. I'm kind of speechless because everyone here heard that list, right? And all of those incredible women, and I could think of 10 other women and 20 other women who have had their place in history. But even to be in the same breath as Toni Stone is, is something. So thank you. And all I can say is our strength is in our community. And it's not one person doing the work. It's all of us chipping away and doing what we can do. And thank you. I'm really humbled. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm pretty speechless.
Well, it's our great pleasure. And I'm going to do something that probably we haven't done yet, but I'm going to ask everybody, if you want to unmute yourself. If you can all do that and figure out how to do that. Or yeah, there we go. And if you want to put your cameras on for a moment as well, because I think it will be very cool if we do this all together. So everybody wants to unmute yourself, put your cameras on. And we're going to do a nice, very simple, once I get I'm watching the screen, looks like most everybody is got there. You can, there's everybody. It's so wonderful. But I thought since we're at the end, we can do this now. It won't cause the whole thing to crash. But I'm just going to count to 3 and ask everybody to say congratulations to Justine and give her a big round of applause. So we're just going to do it nice and easy. So I'm just going to count to 3 and have everybody say 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Yay. So wonderful.
Thank you.
Damn time, Justine.
Cheers. Thank you. My cheeks are definitely red. Thank you so much.
Well, they know the thanks really goes to you and everything that you have done. So, and as I say, we will get the award and have that sent to you. So it will be coming. And so with that we wanted to conclude on that big high note tonight. And so there it is. Kat, unless there's anything you have to add.
I don't think I can top that.
All right. It's a great way to end on a nice celebratory. And so we start again tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and that is Eastern Standard Time. We have a couple of really great presentations and then 2 more panels. And then after the panels, for those who want to stay, we're going to be discussing Andrea Williams' book about Effa Manley. And that will be the start, just so you know, in case you're of what we are planning to have as a monthly book club. And this will be kicking that off. And so we're going to be doing a monthly book club. Yeah, I see faces going, ooh, cool. I saw Lauren's face when I said that in particular. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And so this will kick that off tomorrow afternoon. So thanks, everybody. And enjoy the rest of your evening. See you all tomorrow.